be started. Okay, my first question is, what is the new Quad or Western Quad? I want the answers quickly, otherwise I will switch over to next question.
Sir, it is I2 U2. I2 means India and Israel, and U2 means USA and UAE. They both the four countries have made this new Quad in order to stabilize their economic strength, and also stabilize in the field of defense sector.
Okay, you said U2 means UAE and UK.
UAE and USA.
USA. Okay. What is this significant for India? As you mentioned, India is there. Why
Yes,
India
sir.
is there?
Sir, it will help in proliferating relation with the Arab countries, because UAE also there and also Israel is also there. So there will be no conflict between both countries. Since the inception of Israel, there has been a conflict between Israel and the Arab countries. But because of the Abraham Accord, this particular I2U2 has evolved, so that there will be a no conflict for India in dealing with both Israel and Arab countries.
And is it also a countermeasure to initiatives of the pearl string policy of China? Isn't it?
Yes, sir, it can be said, but I don't think.
You haven't thought in that direction, but it is actually a
Yes, sir.
countermeasure
Yes.
of also string of pearls policy. The Quad itself, me Quad itself, it is also going against the string of pearls policy. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What is AUKUS? Everybody should tell some answers. Don't keep silent. It is an interactive session.
Sir, it is a military alliance in the Indo-Pacific region between Australia, USA, and UK in order to provide the technology on the surveillance of the submarine to the Australia by USA.
Basically, in AUKUS, we are dealing about the nuclear power submarines, which the France is to supply, but due to the COVID pandemic, US and UK supplied it to Australia at the lower
submarine technology. Yes.
Nuclear submarine technology is the thing.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that is what is AUKUS about. Okay, tell me about Quad, its significance, and it's a diplomatic or a military grouping dialogue. What is Quad?
Sir, it is a diplomatic dialogue between four countries. That is, I think someone is speaking.
Whomsoever is speaking, speak loudly.
Sir, Quad is an informal strategic dialogue between India, US, Japan, and Australia, with an aim to support free, open, and prospering Indo-Pacific region.
Is it a military grouping?
No, sir.
Sir, it is purely diplomatic.
Diplomatic. Why China is against Quad?
So because it perceived Quad as a anti-China. Quad has a anti-China stand. Its inherent notion is to contain China in the Indo-Pacific. That is why China is against the Quad.
Okay. And Quad dialogue is also promoting the security of the Indo-Pacific, and it will try to decrease the dominance of China in those waters and improve the trade relations, bilateral relations, and thereby we have a defense deal also. Basically, it is a dialogue format.
Yes.
Why has SAARC lost its relevance in recent times?
So there are many reasons for it. First of all, there is a infrequent organization of the convention of SAARC, because last SAARC convention was happened during 2013 or 14. After that, it has not been happened, and also there is a regional skirmishes between India and Pakistan, which also derail the SAARC notion.
Okay, why did in what occasions Pakistan has not supported the SARC. Can you tell them?
Yes. Sir, I did not get you. Please.
On what occasions Pakistan didn't support SARC? You know about SARC satellite? It was not
Yes,
supported
SARC
by
satellite.
Pakistan.
Pakistan,
And
yes,
the
SARC satellite, yes.
motor
Yes.
vehicle agreement. In this also SARC didn't support. Pakistan didn't support. Further,
Sir,
Pakistan.
can I add one more point?
Yes, please.
Sir, as per like Pakistan is thinking like India is like playing a strategic game by the like SARC satellite, because it is thinking like due to using like SARC satellite, it will like violate some internal like security policy of Pakistan. That's why they are actually not using.
Okay. This is you have to tell your answers concisely. It will be easy for you to understand the examiner or the interviewer. And
Okay.
what Priya speaking, I'm not able to hear. SARC, Pakistan is also due to terrorism sponsorship. India has not reluctant to continue with Pakistan in SARC. So that's why there is a weakening of the SARC. And apart from that, we are in other place, we are strengthening our BBI initiative and my Kaladan multimodal project, South Asia diplomacy policy, Act East Asia. Act East. We had Look East policy, now we are having Act East policy. Okay, sorry. What is the importance of BRICS? Any other?
BRICS can be a good platform for India to address these issues like terrorism, climate change, and food and energy security issues. And second thing is that a new development bank can provide help for India for its infrastructure projects.
Okay, it can also provide for a disaster management planning. Okay.
Another thing is that India can also engage with BRICS for its on its national security group NSG membership.
Okay, but why BRICS is losing its importance nowadays?
Because BRICS accounts for 40% of world population and 30% of world's GDP, and it is also a emerging market for investment. That's why it is very important region.
It is important, but due to hostile actions of China with India, there has been and bank is also new bank is also situated in China. That's why BRICS is having issues. China is having issues with BRICS countries. Okay. What are the 5 reasons for Sri Lankan financial crisis? 5 points.
So
Sir,
go on, Siddharth.
Points. I want to hear the full answer.
Sir, the latest government like agriculture policy is one of them, and because due to the new agriculture policy, they have actually banned the chemical fertilizer. So they wanted to promote bio fertilizer. That one is the major reason. Second one is the economic crash due to the post-COVID scenario and during the COVID scenario, because Sri Lanka is like a major exporter of the one of the tea to the outsider, and recently US due to the Russia and the Ukraine war, the demand of Sri Lankan tea has gone down. So that is another reason. And third one is Sri Lanka was not reforming its own monetary policy a past 1 decade. After 2010, the crisis was going on. So that is also another reason. And Second thing is it has like that terror, like tourist sector has already like went down due to the like this COVID scenario. So these are some like scenario for the like economic crash down of Sri Lanka.
You have to tell in 5 points. Organic farming
Yes.
get support from IMF, tourism crashed, and terrorist activities, Chinese
Debt
debt
trap.
policy. That is finished. Answer is finished. Don't need to extend so
Eh,
long. Anything?
Sir, another one is nepotism, because there are the president Gotabaya family has Rajapaksa Gotabaya family has 25 members in the ministry of their particular country. It is also impacted the. It has also larger contribution in the economic crash of the Sri Lanka.
Sir, another thing
How?
is that foreign defaulting on foreign debt.
That is why I told you China's debt trap policy.
Debt trap policy.
China's debt trap policy led to financial crisis of Sri Lanka. Why is Suez Canal in news recently?
Sir, one of the like Chinese ship was actually trapped due to the like air movement. So the whole traffic, like Suez Canal traffic, was like blocked, and the international trade barrier came into the picture. So that's why like it was in news.
Okay. Yes. It was last year that cargo ship was blocked the Suez Canal. Okay. That led to the embargo. No amount of ships or cargo ships could pass through that place. It was a crisis at the time. Okay, what is the vaccine diplomacy?
So vaccine diplomacy is if
let her speak. She is speaking. Deepti is speaking. She is not spoken. Loud.
Sir, it is a diplomacy in which a nation uses the development of a vaccine to strengthen its ties with other nations.
Okay. For example, who
Can
are the
I
major
can I add something?
Yes.
India, sir,
Let us speak,
India has been India has been a major supplier of artificial vaccine in African region.
Is RT-PCR a vaccine or a diagnostic test?
Yes, sir.
Covishield
vaccine or Covaxin vaccine. These were the two.
The example is
India.
Vaccine Maitri. One example is Vaccine Maitri, which was launched by India in order to provide vaccine to other neighboring countries like Sri Lanka and Bangladesh.
When the developed countries refused to give vaccine, like US, France, England, UK, at that time, India had provided vaccines to poorer countries like Africa, Central Asia, and South Asia, when even the vaccine was required inside the country. This was because India wanted to spread its good image. That is known as vaccine diplomacy. What is the Chabahar port? Where is it? It's significant.
So it is in Iran. It is in Iran, which was built by India in order to provide cargo supports to in order to provide a provision, food grains and other requirements to Afghanistan.
Sir, it can be India's gateway to Central Asia and Europe. Then it can be alternative to Belt and Road Initiative of China.
It can counter, not alternative. It is to counter the BRI initiative of China, right?
So it will also help in establishment of the INSTC, yes, sir.
India International North-South Transport Corridor.
North-South Transport Corridor, yes, sir.
Okay. Chabahar Port. India also wanted to maintain a good relation with Iran because Iran is also a supplier of crude oil, major supplier of crude oil. Okay. What is the significance of Indian Ocean region?
Sir, it consisting of major choke points such as Mozambique Channel from west to Strait of Malacca, etc. Then, sir, it has emerged as a richness in natural resources such as the seabed minerals, petroleum, oil, natural gases, etc. Then, sir, another one is it is a major. It consisting of around this region consisting of around more than 60% of world's GDP. Sir, these regions
have you heard of the Rimland theory? Rimland theory, geopolitics.
Sir, which one?
Rimland theory.
Geography.
You don't know, no? A theory known as Rimland theory in geopolitics says that whosoever controls the major ocean waters controls the whole world. And the major ocean water is the Indo-Pacific, that is the Indian Ocean region. So Indian Ocean region has a strategic importance to control the whole world. Be it petrol, be it military, be it transportation, be it cargo, or be it dominance or control over the whole world. What do you mean by? What are the important outcomes of the COP 26? Any answers? COP 26.
Sir, for India or for world, sir?
For India, obviously.
Sir, India has pledged a Panchamrit theory. India has obliged to follow Panchamrit means 5 strategy
Panchamrit
in order
goals.
to
These are known as Panchamrit goals.
In order to achieve its climate change goals.
Okay.
Like the first and foremost is they want to reduce the carbon emission by 2070. They want to convert the economy into carbon net zero, non-carbon less in economy by 2070, and also like others. I am not currently recalled also.
India has also pledged to increase its dependence on renewable energy, similarly decreasing on the usage of fossil fuels.
Fossil fuels, yes.
Okay. And Panchamrit, the 5 goals are there, and reduce the carbon emission. What is the Abraham Accord?
So it is an accord between Israel and UAE. In order to yes, sir.
It is a peace-building initiative.
Peace-building initiative within Arab world. That means particularly UAE and the Israel.
Okay. UAE and Israel. It is a peace-building accord. Okay. It was also supported by US.
USA. Yes.
What is two-state solution? We have got only 14 participants. I think 11 participants.
Sir,
and out of that,
states,
two-state solution.
Sir,
I asked other members also to speak something. This is only a platform you can speak freely.
Sir, it means that independent sovereign Palestine state and independent sovereign Israel state would coexist in peace.
Yes, very good. This is the correct answer. Other students must also speak. It is the fourth session we are conducting. Why dollar has become weak now? Why dollar has become weak now?
Because of the emergence of renminbi, which is the national currency of the China. China is what China is doing. He is doing bilateral trade and also multilateral trade in his particular currency, so that the de-dollarization is happening, which is decreasing the value of dollar in the global arena.
What about ruble? We'll talk about ruble.
Yes.
Ruble is the Russian currency also.
Russian
It is also
currencies.
responsible for weakening of the currency. Since this world is not a unipolar now, there is multipolar world.
Yes, sir.
This is all leading to weakening of dollar. And Russia has also agreed to purchase petrol and ruble.
Yes.
What is this 2+2 dialogue means?
Sir, 2+2 dialogue mechanism, it is a established mechanism between Defense Ministry and External Affairs Ministry of two collaborating nations. And India has 2+2 dialogue with all Quad countries and Russia. Sir, you are not audible.
Recent Quad countries means Australia and US. Yes? Am
Yes, sir. Yes. Last
sir.
time, like India and
okay. Tell
Australia.
me, what is this CATSA? CATSA.
Sir, it is countering America's adversaries through Sanction Act.
Yes. It is an act for preventing trade or
Sir,
any
it is
sanction.
imposed.
And it is a sanction imposed by America on those countries who are not willing to adhere to the protocols given by the America. According to America, any country which who wants to have trade with him cannot have trade with other countries, other enemy countries of America, right? This is
Yes,
known
sir.
as CATSA.
Yes, cuts.
Recently,
Sir,
America threatened India.
CATSA is a like imposition like made by like USA, who are not favoring the trade policy on behalf of the US. And recently, like it was in news like 2 years back, as India like dealt with the USA regarding the like S-400. So USA want like to put the CATSA on India.
USA has threatened India to sanction to put CATSA sanctions in India.
Yes.
But India didn't heed to their demands.
So India did not entertain their threaten.
Yeah, India is a now powerful country, didn't entertain
Yes.
them. What is the Rohingya issue?
So Rohingyas are the Muslim minority who is who are residing in the Rakhine state of Myanmar. In 2013, what happened? There was a civil war between military of the Myanmar and the Rohingya people, which led to the ethnic cleansing of the Rohingya people, and they had to leave the country. They leave the country to neighboring countries. That was the particular issue.
Okay. Tell me about India-Pakistan relations. I want some other member to answer this. New member. Who are listening only, not replying. Yes. What about Rakesh Naik? N. Krishna? Aditya Mahapatra are not answering. Okay, then say the answers.
India Pakistan have fought many times. In 1945, 1965, and in Bangladesh Liberation War in 1971. In Kargil War in 1999. And after that,
Okay.
India desires.
Continue. India got separated from Pakistan was separated from India in 1947.
Can I say
Pakistan
something?
Let me answer. This is
Yes,
easy
sir. Yes, sir. Relation between India and Pakistan revolve around four things. First one is Kashmir, then second one is terrorism, third one is Indus water, and fourth one is China. So these four things, the terrorism means the Pakistan act as a terrorist sponsor countries. They facilitate the terrorist attack in India, and also there is a particular Kashmir issue which is being yes sir.
That's it. Indus Water Treaty, Kashmiri issue, Sir Creeks issue was also there. Okay.
Yes.
There were
Sir,
also
Kartarpur corridor was in also news.
It was in news, but we were talking about major issues. That is the Sir Creek issue. It is also in dispute.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Sir, we can mention Siachen Glacier also, NJ 482.
And the Pakistan occupied territory, POK.
Yes, sir.
These are all the places of these are things of issue. And what about India?
Simla agreement. So Simla agreement, which was signed by Indira Gandhi and Bhutto, President Bhutto, that also we can mention.
That is in details. We have to move fast. What about India-Sri Lanka relations? In short, 30 वर्ष or 20 वर्ष. You should tell the सब कुछ important points को club करके zip करके कहा करो. India-Sri Lanka relations.
Initially, we have a good friendship with Indira Gandhi and their Prime Minister Bhandar Naike. One issue is like Kachhatip, which was we granted them. Second one is fishermen issues. Third is LTT issues, which was
continue. India has a historic relationship with Sri Lanka, starting from the age of Ramayana. Okay.
yes,
afterwards, we have certain issues with Sri Lanka, like LTT issues. We sent the IPKF, Indian Peacekeeping Force, to maintain law and order in Sri Lanka. Apart from that, we have many Tamilians settled there in Sri Lanka, and in the recent Sri Lankan crisis, you should mention it. In the recent Sri Lankan crisis, financial crisis of Sri Lanka, India helped Sri Lanka by funding of $1 billion. And India supplied crude oil. A ship, a boat, a vessel full of crude oil was sent to Sri Lanka. Even in the COVID times, India helped with COVID vaccines and masks. Okay, India has been a supporter of Sri Lanka. And also India was agreed to build the Hambantota port, but it was taken by China. Now Sri Lanka is under debt crisis, and India wants to help him out. This is the positive answer.
Yes.
What is the what is the policy of India and Afghanistan? India-Afghanistan relations. Come on, it's very easy.
Sir, before Taliban, the recent Taliban came into the picture, so India was trying to establish the democratic government in the Afghanistan with the mutual relationship with the USA, and there was parliamentary reform where India was taking the leadership, and also India was trying to giving some military training to the Afghanistan defense also. And apart from that, there are some infrastructure thing was going on, Chahar Port, which was in Afghanistan. So it is it was the major connecting to the in the road and railway connectivity, which is the backbone to the connection of the Central Asia and Europe. And other thing is Salma Dam was in news, which is constructed by India. So these are few things. And after also Taliban capturing the power, so India shifted its closed its embassy. But after its earthquake, India provided some humanitarian assistance, and Afghanistan current government is welcoming to reopen the Indian embassy there. So there is a positive sign between Taliban government and Indian government.
Sir, can you mention about Tapi gas pipeline? And we have their parliamentary model also. They have adopted like India.
What about the Salma Dam? Salma Friendship Dam? Hospitals, dispensaries, roads, infrastructure, railway projects. Indian
Sir, another thing is we have gifted them two military helicopters.
Student exchange program, officers training program, all these are there.
Yes, sir.
But after the advent of the Taliban, we maintained a status quo because we have invested so much in the infrastructure development of Afghanistan. So we don't want to have a bad relation with Taliban. We have having a wait and watch.
Neutral stance.
Wait and watch.
We have a neutral stance now.
Neutral stance. Where my concern is that India's concern is that our citizens, Indian citizens, are not harmed in Afghanistan. That is India's concern. Right.
Exactly.
That is India-Nepal relations. I want a new member to speak. Nobody should keep silent.
So relation was from ancient India with mixer with Buddhist culture.
You have to tell your answers short, 20 words.
Suryagram exercises, military exercises. Then we can say about refugees issues. That was I cannot remember that.
I can't say that. You have to ignore this. These words. I can't say that. We can't remember. These words are not to be spoken in Greek. Any other?
Good relationship with. Okay, proceed.
Sir, the relation between India and Nepal started after 1952 India and Nepal friendship treaty, and after that there are lots of provision has been given, lots of facilities and provision has been given to the Nepal citizens that they can avail in India also. And also there is the recent issues like Kalapani issue, Limtia Dhara issue. These are the now bone of contention between both the countries.
Yes.
Sir, can I add something?
Please.
So recently, like India-Nepal relationship one is news because our like Prime Minister visited like Nepal, and it was like decided there is a center of Buddhist heritage to establish in Nepal, and apart from that, like some ongoing hydropower project was also like in news, and India is like trying to set up some satellite campus of IIT in their educational institute. And if we see the like historical like relation, India has signed like friendship treaty in 1950 with Nepal.
Please watch your telegram. I have given some message. Then what is the Indian-Nepal relationship? Do you think India have to maintain friendship relations with Nepal to counter the China? Yes.
Nepal thinking that India showing her big brother attitude to interfere in its democratic affairs. So India now Nepal is turning towards China side rather than India.
Okay. But India is also India's initiatives. What are the India's initiatives to China, to Nepal?
Sir, though Nepal is a landlocked country, maximum access to the sea is through the India only. But sometimes India restrict the movement for refugees and other issues, so that China give his hand to Nepal for any assistance and some.
That's okay. China has given access to Nepal to build a trans-Chinese railway, a railway connecting the network connecting Nepal and mainland China has come up, which will promote the tourism sector in Nepal. First thing. Second thing, China is putting diplomatic pressure on Nepal to be hostile with India. Okay, that is why China has taken out a map. Okay, showing Kalapani in its origin. Kalapani on other places, it is in their territory. These were the issues these are all the issues which Nepal has developed with India. But recently, India has adopted the path of diplomacy. Like it has invited Prime Minister of Nepal had come to India and met the NDA party leaders. And also we have historic types with Nepal which are being strengthened, like Buddhism, like this heritage corridor. The Nepal is saying that Lord Ram was born in Nepal. Lord Buddha was born in Nepal. Okay. These two things are connecting with us with Nepal and bringing us close together. Okay, now you have to. What's the time now? It's around 11, 10 minutes more. We have not discussed about Russia-Ukraine war. Okay. Tell me, what were the reasons for this Russia-Ukraine issue or crisis? Reasons?
Sir, in 2015, when Russia annexed Crimea, the conflict already started between Russia and Ukraine. But recently, Ukraine's move towards NATO's membership is the main reason behind the conflict.
Sir, Ukraine was part of USSR from say World War II, and USSR already USSR
Any answer? Okay, but why why other European countries are not actively participating in the war? why NATO and US have not actively participated in the Russia and Ukraine crisis?
So this may lead to World War III. That is why they are not participating.
Okay. What were the sanctions put on Russia due to this Russia-Ukraine crisis? Sanctions put by other countries, including US. What were the sanctions? Major sanctions.
Sir, first one is ban on oil import from Russia by USA. Then, sir, UK also is going to cut off its ties with Russia towards end of 2022. Then, sir, another one is
not even oil, Russian gas also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Then, sir, Germany also, sir, Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline. Which,
what about the financial impositions? SWIFT. SWIFT was banned.
Yes, sir. SWIFT. Yes, sir.
SWIFT ban travel ban of the main.
EU also banning of Russian-owned planes from European Union airspace.
They didn't allow the airspace of their countries to be passed by the Russian aircraft, to be used by Russian airspace. Okay, aerospace.
Yes, sir.
And next thing is the assets of the Russian merchants were frozen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Assets of the rich merchants or rich businessmen in US were freezed, and diplomats were called off.
Yes, sir.
Russian diplomats in US and other countries were called off.
There is also travel ban.
Pack and go back home. There was also travel ban to Russia. And सबसे बड़ा important sanction क्या था? What is the biggest sanction? It was restricted, taken out from the UNHRC
UNHRC, yes, sir.
UNHRC commission से take off कर दिया गया उसको. These were all the sanctions imposed on Russia. And what were weapons used by Russia in this war? Have anybody heard of hypersonic missiles? Answer, please.
So missile whose speed is more than sound. Yes,
5 Mach. It is not only more than, it is 5 times more than sound. It is known as 5 Mach. Hypersonic missiles. And Russia is also using S-400 times missiles. ICBM missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, which is UK. It has threatened to bomb London. Okay, recently. ICBM missiles with a range of 5,000 kilometers. Okay, why? What the Russian-Ukraine conflict has impacted the space programs? Anyone?
Second question.
How the RU conflict, RU means Russia-Ukraine conflict, impacted the space program? Space programs.
So Russia is a member of International Space Station, so it is threatening to USA that it will make sure of that the ISS will fall down. That was the issue, I guess. Sir, you are not audible.
It has taken out the flags of US and UK from its space programs. Okay, what do you mean by this Montreux convection, Montreux? MONTREUX, Montreux Convention.
Sir, it is related to environment conservation. Those wetlands are threatened to extinct. Montreux record they listed in Montreux record so that government provision will provided to that wetlands for conservation purpose.
By Geneva Convention.
Sir, Geneva Convention consists of 4 treaties. Treaty 1, first one is protects soldiers on land. Second one is protect Sikh soldiers on land. Then another one is protect Sikh and shipwrecked soldiers on sea or water. Then another one is protection of prisoners of war. Then another is protection of civilians.
Sir, you are muted.
Protection of addressing the PO case, prisoner of wars, addressing the prisoner of wars POWs properly, and also not to bombard the hospitals and ambulances, dispensaries carrying the Red Cross symbol, and preventing the war crimes. This is the basic of Geneva Convention. What is the link? What is the impact on Russia-Ukraine war and nuclear weapons?
Sir, can you please explain again about the Geneva Convention?
Geneva Convention basically deals with the prisoner of wars. Okay, that their issues will be addressed, and that those requiring care, that is ambulances, hospitals, and Red Cross symbols must not be bombarded, and all things related to the war crimes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
How will the Russia-Ukraine war impact the nuclear weapons strategy, nuclear weapons piling up? Will nuclear weapons be produced more, or they will be decreased?
So it will be produced more in order to increase, in order to bring the sense of active deterrent. It will be produced more by several countries to create an active deterrent to other countries.
Yeah, to create an active deterrent and for maintaining supremacy.
Yes, sir.
This nuclear weapons production will go up. Okay. What are humanitarian corridors?
Sir, it is a demilitarized zone in a specific area for a specific time period. Main aim is to provide food or medicine and other humanitarian aid, and to protect civilians from that area.
Okay. What is biological and okay?
No.
Yes.
This corridor is mainly active during the war times or any emergency period.
Okay. What do you mean by biological and toxic weapons convention?
So it was the core of Australian Convention to prevent the biological and chemical weapon for the proliferation of to ban the proliferation of the biological and chemical weapon. It was Australian Convention, Australian group.
To ban the biological and toxic weapons. Can you name an example of such a weapon? Anthrax bombs, sarin gas. mustard gas.
Okay, sir.
These are the examples of nuclear, biological, and chemical weapons, NBC. What is the India Out campaign in Maldives? Why was it done? I want the new participants to say something. New ones. India Out campaign in Maldives.
Sir, it was it was a protest which was carried out by the opposition leader in order to ban or prevent the Indianization of the Maldives, according to them.
Indianization, please explain this term, Indianization.
Indianization means the political interference of Indian government in Maldives increasing after the election of the current government. That is, according to them, what is called Indianization of Maldives.
Okay, Maldives is a Muslim-dominated country, and they don't want the spreading of Hindu religion by the conducting of the International Yoga Day on June 21st. The Muslims, this population thought that they will be establishing the agenda of Hinduism. Apart from that,
Yes.
our Indian businessmen like Adani had a lot of investment there, and they are taking away the wealth of the country. They are in competition with the local businessmen. That is why
Yes.
there is India Out campaign in Maldives. Okay. Why India is at non-signatory to NPT? Why India is a non-signatory to NPT?
Sir, India thinks it is a discriminatory treaty as it divides the world into have and have-nots. First one. Then, sir, another one is NPT doesn't mention about the time within which within which the elimination of nuclear weapon must be taken. Sir, this is the reason India opted out for NPT.
So you are not audible, sir.
It is a discriminatory treaty which is favoring the developed ones and harming the undeveloped ones. In case of India, after signing NPT, it cannot conduct any nuclear test. It cannot stockpile the nuclear weapons. These are harming the integrity and security of India. Further, India is having threats from its neighbors like China, China, Pakistan, and other terrorist activities are also conducted in Bangladesh. So India cannot sign NPT. Right? You have to give your answers in a holistic manner. Yes. Any answers? Any other things?
Sir,
We will
it
have
also promote arm wrestling.
okay, for the global cross, India, how it promotes the arms racing? How it promotes arms racing? Tell me, explain. This treaty is a good, but it should not be discriminatory. If it is a non-proliferation treaty, it should be applicable for every country, whether it be developing
Yes,
or developed. If it is one-sided only, that is why India is not signing it. Okay. Am I clear now?
Yes, sir.
Now we have finished the international affairs. We are going to foreign policy of India now. You have 5 minutes. Anyone else wants to ask anything about foreign policy, Indian Anybody wants to ask about international affairs now? Can ask. 5 minutes.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Sir, can Russia annexed fully? Can Russia annexed fully Ukraine or imposed dominant over Eastern Europe?
As far as the situation arises, Ukraine is held by NATO. Proxy wars is going on. NATO and US are not coming up in front, and they're helping Ukraine in the war against Russia. So it's time. Okay, it is the time. After some time, it is clear. It will be clear that whether Russia is annexed by US, Russia is annexed, whether Ukraine is annexed by US, Russia, or Russia withdraws. Cannot be said now. Till now, Russia has not able to capture Ukraine.
Okay. Sir, during from World War I to and from now today, Russia is engaging with multiple war. Are the people or citizen of Russia, they are happy with the government or anything? Why they followed the government order to fought with another countries or enemy countries? What is their motivation factor and what is the main reason behind it?
Nobody wants a war. War is always imposed.
I'm asking about the people of Russia. How they happy? Are they happy with the government? Because multiple war from World War One to then Cold War, then Crimean War. Multiple war engaged with Russia is engaged with the European countries and NATO countries. And then what are the people of Russia?
Russia as a country has Russia is a power bloc. Was a power bloc. It was a bigger power bloc in USSR. But USA, due to its policies, has broken up USSR into Russia and other smaller fragments. So Russia, to save its integrity, has waged a war. It is trying to save himself, and US and NATO are are eroding the integrity of Russia. Russia. That's why Russia is waging war on Ukraine. It is justified. If you want to save the nation, you have to help. You have to prevent its disintegration. So that's it is not a question of happiness. It is a question of saving the nation, and it is an internal matter of Russia, where Ukraine, where NATO and US should not be involved directly. That's why they are not coming openly. If I will say that India is not happy at war with Pakistan, will it be justified? It is an internal matter of India and Pakistan. That's why Ukraine is a Ukraine and Russia. For Ukraine, Russia considers it as an internal matter. So there is no happiness or no any feeling. Russia has to maintain its integrity, its territory. It has to stop the territorial aggression by enemy countries. So the war or the this aggression is required.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, we will conduct the Indian foreign relations now. First, I will ask certain policies. Then we will switch over to current issues. What is the meaning of Panchshil?
Sir, it consisting of 5 agreements which was signed between India and China in 1954, I think.
What does it say?
Sir, it consisting of 5 components. First one is peaceful coexistence, mutual respect to each other's territorial integrity and sovereignty. Then, sir, another one is non-interference in internal affairs of each other's state. Then, sir, another is sir, mutual benefits. Sir,
Mutual coexistence.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mutual coexistence.
Any other points? Anyone like to add in it?
This idea was mainly of PM Jawaharlal Nehru.
What is non-aligned movement? NAM.
Sir, it was
it was an organization which was created by third world countries, those who are not interested towards the USA and USSR, both sides. They follow their neutrality.
You can speak something. You speaking?
Sir, it is a policy which was adopted by third world countries to remain neutral without directed towards either USA or USSR during World
Cold
War
War.
period.
Cold War period.
Cold War. It was adopted by Indian also. It was adopted by
Yes,
Mr. PM Nehru. So that India will be not aligning with any other powers.
Yes.
So
It was the core idea of Indian foreign policy. Non-alignment is the core idea of Indian foreign policy.
That I wanted to hear. Yes.
Yes.
What is just a neighborhood first policy?
Sir,
it was a policy.
Let us speak. Yes.
So neighborhood first policy mainly aimed at improving relations with the neighboring countries, and it will promote connectivity and ensure free flow of goods, services, labor, resources.
Okay.
And deepening its military and defense to protect the security of the region.
Right. What is Loki's policy?
Sir, I have a doubt regarding neighborhood first policy.
Please ask.
Sir, after announcement of neighborhood first policy, sir, we have seen there are many instances where our relationship is getting deteriorated towards our neighbors. For example, with Nepal or with Bhutan, with Bangladesh. Sir, what signifies its
you think that his lot is relevant?
Palmstein, which was we have never a permanent enemy or never a permanent friend, so that we we can adopt this diplomatic relation with the neighborhood countries.
Okay. Every country wants to have a better friendship with your neighboring countries. That's why India adopted the neighborhood first policy, because our neighbors are our closest friends. If you don't maintain any closing relationship with them, we will find them as our enemies. So we will have to develop the better cooperation with them.
Sir, importance of neighborhood first policy for India is that if India want to be a Vishwaguru or the superpower in the global arena, then it has to show the leadership quality in its neighbor itself. That is why it can showcase the world that it has the leadership quality and it has the ability to become the superpower of the world.
It has the ability to carry on with the other nations through bilateral through yoga, through soft diplomacy, okay, through cultural visits like this.
Sir, we can give example that during the earthquake in Nepal, India gave humanitarian assistance and military assistance to Nepal for better sustainable.
Yes, yes. Yes, and also Nepal is employing the Gurkhas. India is employing the Gurkhas of Nepal in its Indian army, and Nepal citizens are not required a visa in India.
Yes, sir.
Visa in India, yes.
They have been given the freedom of residence in India.
Freedom of residence India. Okay. Nepal is basically a protectorate of India. Nepal doesn't have any separate defense forces.
Sir,
Yes, please.
so, sir, I want to ask, is there any relevance still neighborhood fact? We have seen so many instances like Pakistan with Pakistan also. Recently, Nepal has emerged as a new enemy. So, sir.
Do you think the relevance is eroding? Not yet. Not yet. The relevance is not eroding. The relevance is growing.
Sir, there are certain issues in neighborhood fast policy, but India should focus on diplomacy through their dialogue mechanism so that we can settle our disputes with certain neighboring countries.
Look, there were issues with Pakistan, there were issues with Nepal, there were issues with Bangladesh, there were issues with Sri Lanka. But India has tried its best to settle those disputes. For example, India has made an Indus Water Treaty. It has not stopped the water to Pakistan after so many wars also. This proves the image of India as a global guru, and it gives the power of India to showcase itself as a contender for UNSC permanent seat. First, second, for Nepal after Kala Pani incident also, India has been a well-wisher of Nepal. Nepal ministers came and visited the politicians of Indian government. Okay, then third, we have also set up the Tista land border agreement with Bangladesh. Many peace building initiatives have occurred. Okay, our Prime Minister has last year visited Bangladesh. Bilateral visits are occurring. Okay, and through Sri Lanka, we have given $1 $1 billion foreign aid to help in the crisis, financial crisis. We also supported Sri Lanka in COVID crisis, COVID vaccines, and also we have a cultural tie with Sri Lanka. These all initiatives India has taken. If in neighbors, we should have a friendly neighbors. At least,
Yes, sir.
If we are not able to maintain a friendly relationship, we must not get enemies. So that's why India has adopted this neighborhood first policy.
Okay, sir.
So
Thank you,
basic
sir.
notion of installing that idea is you cannot change your neighbors. So
You cannot change your
stabilize
neighbors. So
your
you
neighbors.
can stabilize them. You can stabilize them
Yes, sir.
by your good relations.
And yes, sir, build an inclusive relation with them so that you will be the hinterland of India would be always in peace.
Okay, do you know what is the neighborhood first policy? How does it work actually in the paper? What are the steps taken up to implement this in neighborhood first policy? You have heard of Act East as a policy? Act East policy.
Yes, sir. Act East policy. It was in 2014.
Act East policy. We are trying to have the better trade prospects, mutual cooperation, soft diplomacy, yoga, cricket, Buddha tourism, and all this. And for by establishing the trade relations, we can have a friendly relations and we can have a global market for our Indian products. We can make our economic development. Okay, that is how we are going. Now tell me about the look east policy.
Sir, look east policy mainly focus on boosting economic cooperation.
So it was a policy which was launched by the PM Narasimha government in 1994. The basic aim of this policy was to economically integrate India with the Southeast Asian countries.
Yes. What do you mean by the Act East policy then?
To construct, sir, Act East policy was become sir, Lokesh policy become Act East policy in 2014 in order to inclusively and constructively act with the Southeast Asian countries in the field of defense, in the field of commerce, in the field of trade, and also to form free trade agreement in get a free trade agreement in both goods and services. After that, India got free trade agreement in goods in 2014 and free trade agreements in services in 2016.
What are the Southeast Asian nations? South Asian nations? Tell me.
It's ASEAN plus other countries which is surrounding to it.
Example of countries?
And it is Brunei, Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, uh, uh, Myanmar.
Myanmar.
and
Okay.
others.
Is it Asian or it is South Asian countries only?
Sir, both Asian and East Asian. East Asian Act East policy includes East Asian also, like Japan, like Korea also. But
North Korea, South Korea,
and Japan also.
Japan also. Okay. Singapore also.
Yeah, Singapore in Asian countries.
How did Brexit impact India?
Sir, UK was acting as a gateway of India to the European nation. So after the Brexit, the gateway become India lost its gateway to Europe, and also there is issues like immigrant issue and the diaspora issue has arisen. And also in the economical field, because of the Brexit, the economy of both UK and European nation impacted. That is why the global economy also impacted, which eventually led to the impact in the Indian economy.
Okay. What about the visa issues?
Sir, according to according to European Union Charter, there is no required of visas in order to migrate from one country to another country who are the member of European Union. But now after the Brexit, it requires mandate to have the visas if you want to migrate to UK or from UK to other European nation.
Okay, right. It is known as the visa of the European Union was known as Schengen visa, but now we
Yes,
have to make a separate visa for UK travel.
Yes, sir.
What is BBIN MVA? BBIN MVA.
Sir, it is the acronym of BVIN is the full form of BVIN is Bhutan, Bangladesh, India, Nepal multilateral vehicle agreement. So it is we can say it is a outcome of the BIMSTEC. So the primary notion behind it to strengthen the transport system in the South Asia.
What is Kaladan multimodal project?
Sir, it is a project with Myanmar in order to build port in Kaladan, Myanmar, so that it will help in transporting cargoes and other materials to the northeastern region of India.
Right.
Sir, Bhutan will refuse to implement the plan on environmental concern.
On economic on ecological concerns because
Ecological,
it will pollute
Ecological concern.
yes. That is a hindrance. And even Nepal is also having some issues due to China.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about OBOR. One belt, one road initiative.
Sir, it was a initiative which was launched by China. It has two components. One is Silk Road, another was Maritime Road. The Silk Road consists of the road which was in land, but maritime is which were in ocean. So it connects both, and the primary notion and of this particular scheme is to strengthen the China's presence and also the China's economy in the surrounding region.
What about the maritime road?
Maritime Road, sir. It's starting from the Guangzhou city of China, which is lied in the southernmost part of the China, in South China Sea, to the Amsterdam, I guess. I'm forgetting that particular port.
Okay.
Which one?
What is the India strategy to counter the string of pearls policy of China?
Sir, to counter this policy of China, India has come out with a policy which is called what is the Pins of Diamond. Yes, yes,
Necklace of
PM
diamond
Diamond.
policy.
Yes, a necklace of diamond policy in order to strengthen its relation with the countries which are lied in the Indian Ocean. And also, it has proactively engaged itself in Indian Ocean Rim Association and also Indian Naval Symposium.
IONOS, Indian Naval Ocean Symposium.
Yes.
Indian Ocean Naval Symposium, IONOS.
Symposium. Yes, sir.
Why India is concerned about South China Sea turmoil?
Sorry, sir. Please, can you repeat it?
Why India is concerned about South China Sea turmoil?
South China Sea is mainly important for trade, and it is also important for the natural resources like crude oil. And if and that China is mainly claiming the South China Sea and the nine dash line, uh, claiming its own part, but other Southeast Asian nations like Philippines and Malaysia, Indonesia, they are mainly preventing China to claiming that territory. So if China is claiming that territory, it will be have a negative impact for India's trade. So that's why it is important for India.
Sir, you are not audible, sir.
There are some disputed islands in South China Sea: Parcel Islands,
Yes,
Spratly Islands, and Paracel Islands. These islands are claimed by Philippines, Japan, and other territories, including China. If China occupies this South China Sea, then India's strategy will become weak. China is adopting the string of pearls policy. As per this policy, it is capturing the South China Sea. Okay, India's trade will be affected. India's strategic partners will be decreased in South China Sea.
Yes.
That's why India is concerned. And after that, Chinese influence on the Indian Ocean will also increase.
Yes, sir.
So India is not against it, and to counter it, India has initiated the Quad grouping. Quadrilateral dialogue.
It will also impact the right to navigation in the ocean.
Right to navigation, mineral wealth, and ocean diplomacy. That is what military.
Yes, so that India
Chinese Navy will grow.
That yes, sir. So that India has obliged UNCLOS to come here and play an arbitrator role.
Yeah.
UN laws of sea.
UNCLOS, but it is not given any decision yet.
It has given decision, but China is not. China is denying to obey the decision.
China is denied. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
What is relations of India with Myanmar?
So there is a historical relation between Myanmar and India because Myanmar is also the British colony. In 1935, they got separated, and the importance of Myanmar to India is the political stability in northeastern region. So if there is a peace and stability in Myanmar, then there is a peace and stability in northeastern region, and also it is the gateway of India towards the Southeast Asia. That is why the stability and peace in Myanmar is very much essential for India.
Do you think that BBN or Kaladan multimodal project involves Myanmar also?
Kaladan is involved in Myanmar and BBI, I think no.
So Kaladan is involved in the Act East Asia policy. So that's why it is important for India, Myanmar.
Indian nation. Yes, sir.
And apart from that, Myanmar has certain terrorist groups which India has conducted a surgical strike to wipe them off. Okay.
Yes.
So that's why Myanmar is important. What is the India-Mauritius relationship? India-Mauritius relationship.
Sir, I can only remember that the FDI has been, it has a major chunk of contribution in FDI of India. And also there is another problem.
It is the highest contributor of FDI to India, Mauritius.
Yes, sir.
And it is the ethnicity of Indian or persons of Indian origin are high.
Yes, sir. The current president of Mauritius is also Indian origin. That is Mr. Jagannath.
Yes, and Mauritius is also important strategically for India. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We can have a naval center there. India is planning to open a military center in Mauritius. So
there is a particular issue that is called profit shifting base erosion, that shell companies are being established in Mauritius, and they are able to use money laundering path in order to invest FDI in India. That is the only issue with Mauritius. Okay. Base erosion, profit shifting, yes.
What is Blue Dot Network? Read and come. This question is, I'm giving it to you. Blue Dot Network.
Yes, sir. It has something related to US and Japan in order to establish infrastructure development.
In Africa.
In Africa, yes.
It is also supported by India. Blue Dot Network is supported by Indians, Americans, Australia, and Japan.
Japan is
to develop the African nations, and it is also against the Chinese diplomacy. The Indo-Pacific diplomacy against Blue Dot Network. Okay, tell me about the India-Japan relationship.
Sir, 1952, actually, India established its diplomatic relations with Japan, and in 2011, India signed a comprehensive economic partnership agreement with Japan, and Japan is one of the largest investor in India in the areas like automobiles, telecommunication, chemicals, and pharmaceuticals. And it is also donor to India.
Hyperloop technology, bullet trains, and cultural relations, Buddhist diplomacy. Okay.
And they have also conducted the naval exercise like GMX and army exercise like Dharma Guardian.
And Japan has the historic ties with India also. These all relations with them.
And both countries are also member of Quad and G4.
Quad and G4, they have a common agenda. What is India-Israel relationship? India-Israel relationship.
Sir, relationship with India and Israel revolve around two, three things. That is, first of all, the technology, like desalination of the ocean water, so that they can provide drinking water, and also defense. Also, they're providing lots of defense equipments to India.
Example?
Currently, I am not able to recall, sir.
One aircraft they have provided. Israel has provided an aircraft. Mirage fighter aircraft to Indian Air Force. And
Sir, Bharat
technology
system.
Yeah, please. Anything else?
Sir, technology in agriculture, like drip irrigation. The concept of drip irrigation in India, the inclusion of drip irrigation in India happen in the areas of in the field of dry farming. Sir, that is has been come from Israel.
India has adopted.
Sir, you are not audible.
There is compulsory military training of all citizens in Israel. Every citizen has to donate 5 years or minimum 2 years in military training in Israel. That concepts have been also put in the that concept is also being adopted by Indian government.
India and Israel has partnership to develop 150 villages of India as a village of excellence.
Yeah, good. That's point.
Excellence.
That's what. What is India-Russian relationship? Tell me.
So Russia is a all-weather friend of India. It has supported India in global arena in various fronts. Like if I give you an instance, in 1971, it has blocked the resolution against the India, which because of the war between India and Pakistan, and it also it is the major contributor of defense sector in India. It has the highest supply in defense sector. And also it also help India. It also supply. It also help India in energy sector also, because it provides natural gas to India and other things.
India and Russia plays a strategic partnership role. India's most defense export coming from Russia account for 70%. Apart from defense, India import fertilizers from Russia, and currently India importing 10% of its required oil and natural gases from Russia.
Sir, Russia also helping India in supporting various multilateral forums like permanent membership in UNSC, WTO, IMF, and various organizations.
Russia plays a crucial role in India's nuclear energy by developing nuclear reactors.
Sir, not audible again, sir.
Military help Russia has done. It has supplied the Admiral Groskov overship aircraft carriers. It has supplied the Sukhoi 30 aircraft. Sukhoi 30
S-400 BrahMos.
S-400.
BrahMos technology was supplied.
BrahMos
is the acronym of
Brahmaputra River and Moscow. No.
Moscow.
Not that. There is a particular river and Brahmaputra and
Moscow in Russia. That acronym
Moskova.
That acronym has become BrahMos.
Become BrahMos, yes, sir.
Supplied by
training.
BrahMos is a supersonic aircraft. Okay, supersonic missile.
Yes, sir.
Developed by Russia. This is the contribution. You should say this. We have missed the major points. What is India-UK relationship?
Also giving training for the space flight program that Gaghan and
So Yuri Gagarin, Russian space program. There's Rakesh Sharma gone to the space. Okay. Tell me about India-UK relationship.
Now for missions
I
in Russia.
was not able to hear. India-UK relationship. Tell me about India-UK relationship. I'm not getting any voice. Priya, can you answer? India-UK relationship. Anyone?
Sir, India and UK, they are strategically partners, especially when we come to Indo. Recently, India and UK signed an agreement for roadmap for 2030. Apart from UK has offered India to participate sixth generation fighter aircraft. Apart from that, there is partners. There is offer from UK, especially from Rolls-Royce, to develop India's its own jet engines. Indian diaspora, mainly Indian remittances are coming from UK.
India was a part of UK invited India to join the Commonwealth of States, CWCs, but India didn't join. And India has a cultural relationship with Britain. The Constitution, the 1940, the Government of India Act, that has been taken from the from the British.
Yes,
Major
the
portions of
political structure. Yes, sir. Political structure of India, like various political institutions, has drawn their inspiration from the institution of England, and also
Yes.
the diaspora of India, which is in the England. They have a major role. They are playing a major role in the politics of India. If I give an example of the Rishi Sunak, he is going to be there is probability he is going to be the next Prime Minister of UK. Yes, sir.
What is his name?
Rishi Sunak.
Rishi Sunak.
Sunak, yes, sir. He is in son-in-law of Mr. Murthy.
Next PM of UK, huh?
PM, yes, sir.
From which party he is representing in Parliament?
Conservative. That means Boris Johnson party. He was a finance minister. He has resigned. After that, he has resigned. He is now the probable prime minister. Maybe.
I'm asking about which party he is representing.
Party conservative, that was the party of Mr. Boris Johnson, Conservative Party. There is two party. One is liberal, one is conservative.
Labour Party and Conservative Party.
Labour Party and Conservative.
Churchill was PM of Conservative Party in World War II.
Conservative Party, yes. Churchill's party.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, what is the India's relations with North Korea?
So there is not a particular specific relation with North Korea, but India is apprehensive of North Korea because North Korea helped Pakistan to develop its nuclear arsenal. That is the one particular reason that India is apprehensive of North Korea. Then I don't think there is another issues with North Korea and India.
North Korea is a proxy of China. So India
Yes.
has not developed any relations with North Korea. And apart from the North Korea is isolated from all the world. It is
World,
conducting
yes, sir.
nuclear tests of its own. It is not
Hmm.
a signatory
Yes,
to
sir.
any bigger organizations.
Yes.
So
It is a deep state. Yes.
Sir, in recent time, India signaled to upgrade its tie with Korea. It has sent its Minister of State Kiran Rijiju to participate in North Korea National Independence Day.
okay, what is the relationship between India and South Korea?
South Korea.
South Korea is an electronics hub. It supplies
Yes, sir.
electronics
Electronics.
to India.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Sir, automobile companies like Kia and Hyundai plays a crucial role in Indian economies.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Apart from that, South Korea is a friendly country for Indian Indo-Pacific.
And apart from that, South Korea has many of the population belonging to Buddhism. So
Buddhism,
India
yes, sir.
spread, India has
Cultural
adopted the cultural tie-up by adopting the Buddhist diplomacy.
Yes.
Okay, India's relation with let's say Iran. India-Iran relationship.
Iraq is the highest exporter of oil and natural gas, oil, especially oil to India.
Yes, then.
India also developing the Chabahar port in Iran to counter the
That is
Gwadar port
Iran.
of Pakistan.
Yes,
Sir
yes,
is
very
asking
well.
Yes,
about
sir.
Iraq.
No, I'm asking about Iran.
Iran.
Oh,
Yes,
Iran.
correct.
Sorry.
Iran.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Chabahar port and many other railway projects, bridges, infrastructure projects has been conducted in Iran. Humanitarian assistance also provided. Okay.
Sir, Chabahar port is also important for India to counter Gwadar port in Pakistan.
Gwadar port in Pakistan and to pursue the INSCC, International
And
Corridor.
Iran also plays crucial role in north-south international trade route.
Yeah, INSCC, I told.
And yes. So the main issue is after the failure of the JCPOA, where the USA pulled out itself from the JCPOA, and it also banned the other countries and threatened the other countries to narrow and also envisaged to narrow the trade relationship with Iran. That is why India also, yes, sir. That is why India also narrowed its trade relationship with Iran, which is the major issue now.
So India has left the Chabahar port. Yes, no? China has taken over.
Yes, sir.
Sir, China provide route for humanitarian assistance to Afghanistan from India.
What is India and Germany relationship? BMW car, Audi car, Mercedes car are coming from Germany. Sophisticated heavy equipments are coming imported from Germany.
Sir, and also Raulkela steel plant also made on
Just established because they help of Germany.
Germany.
Both are member of G20. Recently, there is some
So another major sector where Germany helps India is the education sector. In Germany, there are lots of scholarship has been provided to the students who are coming from India. Even my 2-3 friends are there in Germany who are pursuing their higher services. That is the major sector which Germany is providing to India.
What is India and Indian relationship with the Nordic countries? Any answer? Now my next question, please read and come. Balochistan issue.
So Balochistan is a province which is lied in the southern part of Pakistan, and it has been since the inception of Pakistan. It is demanding to get separate from the Pakistan, and because of that, the militancy and terrorism are growing in Balochistan in order to separate from the Pakistan.
Balochistan is inhabited by separate tribes known as Baluch.
Yes, sir.
Who
Baluch
want to
tribes,
have
yes,
a
sir.
separate nation of their own.
Region.
So they
Yes,
are
sir.
being suppressed by Muslim hegemony from Pakistan, Muslim leadership. So that's why
They are also, sir, Muslim. They are also Muslim.
They
But
are Muslim,
they want their
they-
culture
they
and
are
tradition
being-
are very different.
they're very different, which they want to get freedom out of Pakistan.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is supported by Indians.
So indirectly, we cannot directly say that it's supported by Indian, but we can say there is a back channel talk between Baluch tribe and the Indians, so that India can also play what Pakistan is playing in Kashmir. It is the moment we can say it is a strategy of tit for tat.
Tit for tat, yes.
Yes.
What is Aksai Chin?
So it was a region in Ladakh, which was annexed by China in the 1962 war. That was.
What is the concern around CPC for India? Concerns for CPC in India.
Yes, sir. The main concern is CPC passed through this Jammu Kashmir region. So it is which impact the sovereignty and integrity of India. It is the main cause which India cannot support.
It is passing through the
POK. Okay,
and,
which is yes, sir.
And China has already put its military to protect the CPC corridor.
Yes, sir.
That is a threat to the integrity of India.
India, sir.
So India is against it. Okay, on which points China has tried to infiltrate India? Name these points. I want at least 4 points.
Sir, can you repeat question once again?
At which points along the international border, China has infiltrated Indian territory? There are minimum 5 points. You can tell 3 or 4 points.
Sir, one is Galwan, another one is Doklam, another one is Thanglan, which was in Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh.
What was Pangong So Lake?
And Pangong So Lake, sir.
Got it. What is the Sir Creek issue?
Sir, Sir Creek lies near to the run of Kutch. It is a bilateral issue between Pakistan and India. Pakistan has claimed half of the area of Sir Creek of its territory. Pakistan has went to the International Court of Arbitration or something like. I am not able to recall against India.
Okay. What is Indus River Water Treaty?
So it was a treaty which was signed between India and Pakistan in order to facilitate the drainage of the Indus rivers, 5 Indus rivers. It gives the provision that west flowing rivers like Jhelum, Indus, and Chenab will be used by only Pakistan, and also the east flowing river like Ravi, Bias, and Satluj will be used by India.
What is the land border agreement with Bangladesh?
So it was came in 2015, in which 101 enclaves of Bangladesh, which has been 101 enclaves is given to Bangladesh, and 51 enclaves was assessed by India from the Bangladesh.
What is Operation Ganga?
Operation Ganga is launched by Government of India to bring back Indian students who are stuck in the amid Ukraine-Russian crisis, and it is a multi-pronged evacuation plan to protect Indian students who are residing in that area. Sir, you are not audible.
Indian citizens. Not only students, Indian citizens.
Yes, sir.
Were evacuated.
So it also evacuated the students from Pakistan also.
Yes.
So you
Yes,
can
sir.
say to evacuate the people from neighboring state of India and also the students from India also.
Okay. What are the missions in Antarctica? Indian missions in Antarctica. What are the Indian stations in Antarctica?
Yes.
Sir, Dakshin Gangotri.
So Maitri,
And in Arctic Council, in Arctic area, North Pole. What was the impact of Nupur Sharma's statement on the Indian bilateral relations with Gulf countries?
Sir,
Uh,
Gulf country plays a crucial role in India getting remittance. Many of Indian diaspora, most of are getting job in Gulf countries. UAE plan to invest in Jammu Kashmir, which is a great success for India as a Muslim country is now recognizing Jammu Kashmir as India's part totally. But as Nupur Sharma's statements are meant to be hurt, but a particular religious sentiment, which is Gulf countries seems
Okay, Sandeep, you speak.
yes, sir. So the basic relation between the bond of the glue between India and the West is the Muslim community. It is the bond. So the Nupur Sharma statement, although has facilitate the Arab countries to in order to release their statements against the Nupur Sharma, but the government, the current government has taken lots of proactive actions, like the ruling party has debarred and rusticated their spokesperson, that is Nupur Sharma, and it also has invited the Arab countries to the India. The recently the example of that Iran has visited India, and it again also stabilized and stabilized the relation with Arab countries.
Okay, what has been done by our state in this regard?
Sir, in our state means in which sense, sir? Means to curb the.
Have you heard of the Dubai investor meet?
Yes, sir.
What is
Yes, sir. That is That was attended by
GP,
our
sir,
Honorable Chief Minister
Minister,
Sri
Naveen
Naveen Patnaik.
Patnaik. He called the delegates, all the delegates to the investors meet, and
Yes,
we
sir.
have been
And
we
invited
have
them to invest in
invited
India
them
for
to
invest in Odisha.
invest in Odisha, particularly
Odisha.
with an FTA, and to create a millions of employment. Okay,
Yes,
that is
sir.
also a goodwill gesture by India.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. What was the Odisha's historic relationship with other foreign countries?
Sir, Odisha has a maritime trade relation with the Southeast Asian countries because of what the festival called Boito Bandhano, that is Kartik Purnima, which was celebrated because of the uh, embarkment and embarkment of Indian Odisha's. I'm not getting that word. What is this?
Have you heard about the Bali Yatra?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bali Yatra, they used to say, swim to Bali, Sumatra, Java, Indonesia,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
these
yeah.
countries. I had a cultural tie-up, and also they had an exchange of trade and transport, trade and
Yes, sir.
with the commodities from Odisha. Okay, Odisha
Yes.
was at the time very high, prosperous and rich.
Yes, sir. Maritime trade was very strong
Very
at that time.
strong, and Odisha was
Yeah.
affluent at that time.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Tell me, how can India become a superpower? Five points.
Sir, by becoming economic superpower, by establishing industries in India. Second is improving cultural ties with all countries.
So enriching the defense and by enriching the defense arsenal and also becoming the member of various multilateral organization of the world, and also become if it become the permanent member of the UNSC, then it can also become the superpower. It will be easier for India.
First is to have an important position in global world order. That is by becoming a permanent member in UNSC. Second, by having its own regional grouping.
Yes,
it
sir.
has to create its own regional grouping. It has to become a marketplace for India. That is, it can prosper its business. Make in India, FDI will all support this.
It's a stand-up India, start-up India.
Startup India. We have to have a manufacturing hub. Who becomes powerful, who is economically developed in the world. Nowadays, there is no need to conquer any country. We have to restrict their financial resources. That is how we can become powerful. There is no territorial aggression nowadays. Apart from that, we have to have as many very friendly countries as we have. Okay.
Power initiatives.
Soft initiatives like yoga, cricket diplomacy, Buddhist diplomacy, culture and tourism, tourist diplomacy, all this. We also have a medical tourism. We can develop this. Kashmir is a beautiful place in India. Konark, World Heritage Sites are there. We can develop all this. Apart from that, we have to have a strong military. We have to have indigenous military production. India has to develop cryogenic engine, ICBM missiles, all this. Economy hela, military hela, political hela, and the human resource development is required. Poverty level has to be brought down. GDP has to be brought higher.
Ecological concern.
Ecology, environment has also be taken care of. Sustainable development is required. By all this, we can have a superpower status. Now this is already 12:02. You have 10 minutes. You can ask any questions to me. We have finished the India policies. Indian foreign relations. Yes. Anybody please ask? I'm having 10 minutes silent.
Sir, what type of solar alliance we can add?
Yeah, I'm audible.
Yes, sir. Sir, what
Yes,
is the difference between free trade agreement and preferential trade agreement?
Free trade agreements is every item will be free. Preferential trade agreement, I'm not sure of. Can anybody speak about it? Sandeep?
The preference will be given to particular items. Like the general preferential scheme was there was with the USA, with India, which was banned by the previous government. Preferential means you are giving preference to a particular commodity. That is the preferential. Free trade means you have the free trade agreement in every aspect. In every commodity, there will be no charge of tariff and duties. But preferential in a particular element like this.
But sir, there is one like negative list and a positive list in trade. Sir, what does that mean? Negative list and positive list?
Negative list. Sandeep, can you say something about the negative list?
I don't have clear idea, but I think which impact negatively to the environment in that case, I guess.
Negative list
like
is
fuel.
that products are not required by the other country in the trade. That is why there is a negative list. And positive list are the items that are welcomed by the other countries.
Okay, sir.
Negative list items are those items that we produce in the country that need not to be import.
That means they are already self-sufficient in that country, that not to be needed to be imported. Okay, next. Any other questions? My last question is, how has ISRO developed in the recent century? Recent era, how has ISRO developed itself? ISRO. Okay, I'm asking a personal question. How many of you find this interview session helpful? How do you find this interview session helpful to you?
So it is very helpful. So we want to express a hearty gratitude to you because you gave such platform to us in order to have an experience how the interaction is going on in the real interview. So we just want to say thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So
Yes,
it is
because
improving our talking skill, and like we sometimes forget in suddenly revise something, and when someone asks something, we are going blank.
Yes, sir. Sir, it is
because
increasing our extempore and impromptu nature.
impromptu
Because the
nature.
question you are posing, yes, sir, instantaneously. So we do not have time to think about all such things. We have to conclude. We have to surmise our answer within 1 to 2 seconds, and we have to answer. That is required in the real interview, and it is very much important for which is helping us to inculcate this culture inside us.
After your results have been out, you will get only
Yes, sir.
7 days or 14 days. Within 7 or 14 days, it is very difficult to improve your speaking ability, personality, all this. Okay.
Recalling skill.
Recalling is a practice you have to develop over a period of time.
Yes, sir.
It requires 1 month minimum to develop. It is
Yes, sir.
since you are not practicing from now, it is very difficult. You can mug up everything, but during the time of speaking, one is not able to speak due to inhibitions, due to his forgetfulness. Okay, these all factors will come up. So to leave all this, you have to keep on practicing. And do you think when is the results is coming?
Sir, July last most probably.
Because the interview will be conducted with from August 1 to August last. So interview should come. I may think July 15 onwards. Deadline starts. So what should be our next
Sir,
task?
ASO exam already like scheduled. So do you think the ASO exam will intervene in our like interview?
We should follow our recruitment chart schedule what is given.
Yes.
Sir, the last tweet by chairman regarding this OPSC result and interview, he said like the process.
Yes. I'm not able to listen to you.
The process will be continued according to the schedule which has been mentioned in the calendar.
We did
That
not
means he
listen
told
to
that.
we did not listen to the
Yes, sir.
chairman, did not listen to any other news. What is there in the
Yes,
schedule
sir.
that will be followed?
Followed,
At least
yes,
that is sure. That is sure. We can call the OPSC. They will say today or tomorrow a result will come, but that is not coming. We are again calling them and getting disheartened. So it is better to prepare ourselves for the interview.
They are not saying anything. They are like, we have no idea when result will come.
They will say like that, but one day the result will come, and that day will be our nightmare. We will not able to sleep that day, since we have only 7 days or 14 days with us.
Okay.
During that, even we have to revise our whole syllabus, optional courses, everything. It will be very hard.
So practicing from now on, it will be easy. So what should be our next topic? On which topic we should ask questions on it?
The social issues.
Social issues.
Odisha.
Social issues and situation-based issues.
Social and situational. I think social and situational we have conducted already.
Sir, on Odisha GK, and because last time they already have who is Pancha Sakha and like different question from Odisha. So let's have a session.
Shall we ask all the questions from Odisha, district, state, and current affairs? Next session will be from Odisha, district, state, and current affairs. Please read and come.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Current affairs will be included from January. You can refer the Odisha post. Okay.
And also schemes of Odisha.
Yes, Odisha district, states, not district actually. We will not cover the district because the district will be individualistic. We will cover the Odisha state, Odisha current affairs, and Odisha schemes, government schemes.
Yes, sir.
We will be asking comprehensively on this.
Okay, sir.
This I am repeating this because this is very important. You are going to work in the state, and if you don't have the proper information about your state, how will you work there? That's why this is very important. A significant portion of 30% is asked in the interview.
Can you club with that the history of Odisha and geography, like which river, where industrial projects are there?
Yes, that's all. That all is there in the Odisha state.
Okay, sir.
Odisha state includes history, geography, polity, industrial, economy, science and technology, sports, personalities, ministers, all things. A to Z from Odisha. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sir, another thing, like what is the what is of the current affairs of Odisha as well as the international current affairs generally asked in interview? Is there any weightage or it is based on the subject line, optional subjects?
No. They are asking about the international, particularly Odisha current affairs. They are asking because they desire that you should know about the state affairs more.
Okay.
They may not ask you in the international affairs, but they will definitely ask you about the state current affairs. Don't miss it. We have already discussed the international affairs. We have gone through so much of details. I think nobody is discussing this. We have been into the details of everything. We have been into details of Russia-Ukraine war. We have been into details of financial crisis in Sri Lanka. We have also been into the details of the India-Japan relationship. Okay, everything we have covered. But you should also be in touch with the international news also. But
Sir,
we can personally prepare that which districts we are belong from.
Yeah, you have to have a whole profile of your district.
Yes, sir.
Who is your administrator? Who is your the district collector and
population literacy?
Population literacy, sex ratio, malnutrition rate, IMR rate, and number of blocks, number of villages, number of panchayats, number of municipalities, your major rivers, all district profile. You can see it from the government website.
Sir, are they asking question from like your graduation subject honors paper?
Whatever you have written in your CF, they may ask you. But therefore, you have to represent the CF in such a manner that they should ask you from a desired level. If you are a working candidate, they will ask you most probably from a working sphere. If you are a BTech graduate from an IIT, they will ask you from IITs. If you are working in a defense sector, they will ask you from defense. What is Agnipath scheme, India defense corridor? Why India is procuring a major procurer of defense items from Russia? Okay. And if you are a doctor or a medical graduate, they will ask you about COVID, health issues, Biju Swasthya Kalyan Yojana, all these things. You have to have a you have to leave something. Clue to ask you something. Otherwise, they will ask you whatever they find. So what are the get to the mind they will do. You can have some good hobbies like swimming. Girls can write watching OTT platform. Boys can write swimming or yoga, meditation.
So jogging
will do ecotourism. Specific habits should be specific, not open. Open habits such as reading. What reading? Newspaper reading or novel reading or philately? What is this? You have to be specific.
If I mention I love to watch political news, then it will be fine.
Yes, that can also be there, but
because yes, sir, I have command on the politics of India, so I think I will mention that.
Yes.
I want to bring them to there.
You have to corner them to one to your topic of where you are comfortable.
Interested.
If you are not able to corner them, they will ask any questions.
Whatever they might ask is.
Whatever that comes to mind. Yes, so you have to have a trick. Mind plan how to trick them to your comfort zone. how to bring them to a
Yes, sir.
comfort zone.
Yes.
Okay, so this session we are concluding. Thank you very much for your participation. It has benefited both you and me, and I think many students are there listening to this. They will please tell to your students that such a session is going on. Please participate to gain the maximum benefit for your upcoming interview.
Sir, got a last question.
Sir,
ସେଇଠି introduction ଦେଲା ଟାଇମ ରେ ସେ ତ କହିବେନି ନା, ମାନେ ଲେଖା ଥାଏ କି ତମେ ତମର ନାଁ କହିବନି, ତ introduction କେମିତି ଦିଆଯିବ?
Introduction ଆଜିକାଲି କଣ ପଚାରୁନାହାନ୍ତି ଆଜିକାଲି ଆଉ।
They will not ask you about your introduction, but still, if they ask you, introduce yourself. Don't say your name. I am a humanities graduate belonging to Khurda district. I have done my PGDCA from CSE Bhubaneswar. I presently am working in Indian Air Force, sergeant, putting up 20 years of service, and I am aspiring to be a civil servant. I have my hobbies of ecotourism and swimming. My special achievements include I have been a COVID barrier in Air Force Hospital, and my optionals include anthropology and geography. I wish to serve the state of Odisha, and I want to utilize the skills that I have earned from my service career and for the betterment of the people of Odisha. My aim in life is to make my country proud. Yes. That type of introduction, need not tell your name.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any other thing? Shall we conclude? Please tell your friends, share this among your friends, and I want the maximum participation next time. We have only 14 participants. The number of participants will grow, the number of interaction will have. Okay, we will have more number of sharing. Ideas will be shared among ourselves. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Good day.